Hello, it is evening, it is Wednesday evening, and it is the 12th of January 2022, and yesterday I read chapter 108 of Bliss Afterlife, and actually I should have finished it, because I was so close to the end with the birth of Lydia, but I was quite moved and suddenly wasn't sure whether I had the right page following, so I stopped, and I wish I hadn't, because we're very short coming to the end now of book 1. I'll continue reading where I finished. She is 6 pounds exactly, and she took her first breath at 22 minutes past 10 o'clock tonight. A healthy little girl. You said Lydia. What a lovely name. After a quick wipe, she handed the little bundle to Ben, who never lost the smile on his face. She was so tiny, delicate, and perfect. He felt a love he had never felt before. He sat down with his daughter, leaning into Faye, who was trying to embrace the both of them. We shall leave you for a little while. The doctor had to check the afterbirth. Susan felt her phone vibrating. Evelyn was already out of the door, both keen to spread the news. Wow, that all went very well. She is gorgeous. Evelyn hugged Susan. Lydia, born 22.22 on Friday, the 9th of March 2012. Susan had seen David was ringing her again, and she answered, hugging Evelyn at the same time. You are the first to hear. It was all quite amazing. Sorry that I didn't ring you back earlier, but the last 10 hours have been a whirlwind. I can't believe how quickly the hours passed. Oh, David, she's absolutely adorable. One loud scream, then she latched onto Faye straight away, opened her eyes only once, and I swear she looked at me. Susan felt herself crying and could barely talk all of a sudden. David, it's Evelyn. Our new grandmother has been overcome with emotions. In fact, I'm crying too now. Now you all make me well up too. How lovely. Isn't she a bit early? Yes, about 3 weeks earlier than expected. I'm glad I recommended Faye stays on the ground. Everything went quite well. She had felt pain during their walk this morning, and Ben phoned Sue. She phoned me, and I thought it best to get her to the hospital. We were not prepared for her to arrive already. Evelyn was laughing. They had all sorts of ideas for the birth, and this weekend had been a date to make final plans of where and when and how Lydia was going to be born. Susan had pulled herself together, and Evelyn handed her the phone back. I'm fine now. What is your news? I have a completion date of the 20th of March for the cottage, in just over 2 weeks. I shall move in. I have a new house, and you have a new granddaughter. Congratulations. Oh, fantastic. Congratulations to you too. That's great timing, as I can visit you if the space gets a bit cramped in London. I hope Lydia will be allowed home tomorrow. Are you coming? Yes, I want to meet the new arrival. How about I come tomorrow, and tomorrow morning maybe? You best ring everybody now. I bet you can't wait to announce the birth. You bet. Oh, darling, we will go home soon, and you just text me when you are on your way. I will ring Holly now, although here is Ben. He might want to do that himself. I see you tomorrow. She blew a kiss to the phone and looked at Ben. He looked tired, but so happy. He took his mum into his arms. Wasn't that just amazing, Mum? I feel so happy. She is the most adorable little girl in the world. Now they have both dropped off, and I want to ring Tony. You best tell your sister. How does it feel to be a grandmother? So, this is the ending of book 1, which was the story about Bliss, who passed away with 95 after her birthday. And when she passed away, we follow her journey into the afterlife. And we also follow the journey of her two daughters, Susan and Holly, and their respective boys. Tony is Holly's son and Ben is Susan's son. And they all have, of course, an involvement in Bliss's death. Susan meets an old love of her life who's come back from Australia called David. And Tony has met Melanie, who is a neighbor in his house. And Bliss has a lovely flat by the seaside, which is frequently visited now. They kept the flat after her death. And this journey is now continuing with this new little girl, Lydia, having been born, who is a reincarnation of a man who was called Andrei. And Alexei, he was called. I don't know what's the matter with me. So Alexei passed away. He was a very rich businessman, a Russian, and he is becoming young Lydia, who has just been born at 2200 hours 22 on the 9th of March 2012. So we're today on the 12th of January 2022, and it's rather interesting how this has been developing. I will start book 2 probably tomorrow. It's entitled Lydia, and it starts with her birth, as this one did with her death. Have a good evening. Bye bye.